In the 8 years of your life, what is the most important thing that you learned?
How are you so good at soccer?
So I'm really not. Just
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Coding.
would you say you're an expert?
I could say I'm an expert.
Really?
No offense.
No, none taken. I'm Naman Pandey, and in this episode, featured not expert is Ved Pandey. Normally, this is where I spout off my guest's professional background, the thing that they're a not expert at. But Ved is really just a not expert at life, much like most of us, but just in very different ways. As we will see, this in fact is a feature, not a bug. You're 10 chapters into Prisoner of Azkaban?
8.5.
Sure. Okay, 8.5. Let's be precise here.
This is a hard one. Dumbledore, Miss McDonald.
McGonagall.
Gone.
I don't know. I think you're reading the wrong Harry Potter way. There's no McDonald's. In keeping with our theme of learning from somebody that's just 2 steps ahead of us instead of an expert, my goal with this episode is to explore the mind and musings of a young boy and how the timeless optimism of childhood can indeed be discovered by anyone of any age. By the end of this episode, you will walk away with a unique perspective on why the childlike curiosity is the greatest treasure that we all possess, and yet the one that we discard the most easily. Another goal of mine with this episode was to explore the conventional mind in action. In Robert Greene's Mastery, the concept of the conventional mind describes how societal pressures, practical demands, and conformity erode the innate openness and curiosity that we possess as children. Green contrasts this with the dimensional mind, which retains the childlike wonder while integrating disciplined expertise. Do you have a friend like Ron in your life?
No.
I have asked him this question a few times, and I would like to report that every single time he has said a different answer, you will have a lifeless body at your hands.
Oh.
How does that make you feel? This is the Ready Set Do podcast, and to support it, subscribe on YouTube and leave me up to a 5-star rating on any podcast app of your choice. There are links in the description for more direct ways to support me. I leave you with a final piece of Navalism which is near and dear to me. Spend your time in the company of geniuses, sages, children, and books. And now, without any further ado, my friends, here's Ved. Welcome to the Ready Set Do podcast, where we learn from journeys of not experts who are just 2 steps ahead of us. Wait, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
If you had the platform right now to tell the whole world something, what would it be?
Um, I think I would say be happy in life.
What does happiness mean to you?
Me, like being happy is like being gratitude. Just be thankful for whatever you get. Like easy, that simple.
That's awesome. What are you grateful for?
I am grateful for my parents, my uncle, and all that other stuff, like my toys, my house, my food that I get every day. Um, the toys that I get, if I hadn't mentioned that, I think I did.
No, that makes total sense. Tell me a little bit about your school. Do you enjoy going to school?
Yeah, I do enjoy going to school. I love my teacher. I love my friends. I love my colleagues.
What are some of your favorite aspects of school?
Favorite aspects of school is mostly learning. I just love how they teach. They teach in a fun way. They don't want the kids to get bored. They're like, okay, here you go. Here's a quiz. You get a popcorn piece each time you complete the quiz. So yeah,
Makes sense. And so you're saying it's the learning that you like, the
still learning that I
Not
like the most.
your friends or playing with them?
I like playing with them, but I think top priority of me going to school is learning, and they do it so well that I just love it. I just genuinely love it.
I want to explore the top priority aspect of this because when I was your age and when I used to go to school, learning was certainly not my top priority. I was there to, hang out with my friends and play soccer with them or whatever other sport that was going on. So I think it's really awesome that for you, the priority is learning. But can you talk me through how you got there? Like, why is that your priority?
Why is that my priority? So it used to be what you used to do, like hang out with my friends, play with them, play soccer, play football, play all that stuff, blah blah blah. Um, I changed to be learning because I noticed they're doing so much hard work and to
Schools.
our teachers, our staff members, I mean, they're doing so hard work. They're doing a lot of hard work and they're doing that in a fun way. So it's probably also fun for them. It's a win-win situation.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And what are some aspects of school that you do not enjoy as much?
Honestly, nothing.
All of it you're
I just don't like the bullies and all that stuff.
How do you deal with bullies?
Honestly, I just give them some warnings and then straight to the principals.
I like that.
I don't. I mean, warning one, then teacher. If that doesn't solve it, then principal. Because I've done it before. It did not work. So then I don't know what to do.
Fair enough.
Honestly, I just now I'm stuck.
No, you're not stuck. You're doing fine. Like
I-
you're doing
I
great.
know what the principal does. I don't know why they didn't stop.
They will. They're just
Yeah.
they're doing that for various reasons. So yeah, I mean you're fine. So and then from there, I want to explore a little bit about what does technology mean to you? How important is technology for your day-to-day life?
Now, technology is actually great, but it's also bad at the same moment. Like it can teach us bad habits. It's anyway.
What's a bad habit you've learned from technology?
Not like I haven't learned any yet, but I know it can happen.
Like
In the
really, you must have an example in mind, right? Of an example of
like
a bad habit learned via technology.
by technology, they can do wrong things. Like they can like imagine you're a little kid and there's a robot and if he's setting the wrong example, like going out in the rain or just going out on a really cold or hot day, then when the kid grows up, then he's gonna do the same thing, and the parents are gonna be like, "Oh man, why did we get that robot or that technology in our house?"
I see. That's a good example. If you had a robot, just a robot assistant that could walk around,
I've always wondered why.
what would be some of the most frequent things that you would ask that robot to do?
Normally, if I got a robot, no, I really want a robot which is like small. It has wheels on it. It's called Cosmo and Vector.
No, I'm talking about not some that existence.
I would probably ask them like, "What's the weather outside?" Yeah.
No, but get this. This is a robot that if you asked, instructed it or requested it to bring you a glass of milk, it would be able to bring that.
If it would, I mean, I don't need that. I can do it myself.
Right, but what if you instead, so say you're playing Fortnite, right?
Actually, yeah.
And your dad, you could bring in and some orange juice for him. So you don't have to leave your game. You could just instruct your robot to do that.
That happens a lot of time, and I don't get a victory royales. That's a good point.
But going back to my question, what would be some other things that you would make this robot do very frequently? Do you think right now?
Me, honestly, maybe instead of making it go get the orange juice, Dad would think I was lazy, and he would return the robot, right? So then I would just ask the robot to play for me, and then I'd just go get the orange juice.
But what if the robot was really bad at Fortnite? Or what if it was really good? Would you be okay with a victory royale if your robot got it for you?
Everybody's okay with a pick.
Come on, you didn't get it though. Is it?
What?
No, I meant that your robot got you the victory royale. You didn't.
I didn't know.
So would you still feel satisfied?
No, I wouldn't.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Because something tells me that you would be quite all right with that.
That's fine. Like, I mean, it gets my rank higher, so
That's fair. And then what do you like about YouTube?
YouTube. I mean, honestly, you're an uploader, right? And I really just love seeing how things are done. Like, just writing it down, making the thumbnail, editing.
Um,
I just, yeah.
For our listeners, myself and Ved spent about half an hour to an hour, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Designing
Thumbnail.
the thumbnail for one of my upcoming releases. What would you like to share about that experience when about that entire designing of the actually we started last night technically, and then we kind of continued this morning, like so what do you want to share about that experience? What were some of your notable moments, learning moments? What did you enjoy? It's
I learned how to use. First of all, I learned how to use Canva. Um,
pretty neat, right?
yeah,
It's pretty powerful.
pretty powerful.
And what else?
I learned that making thumbnails aren't very easy. I thought they were just like post a picture, ask ChatGPT. I didn't know that it was like you have to you have to do it on Canva or whatever station you have. Then you have to upload it to YouTube. You have to do all of that stuff, and then like
Makes
yeah.
sense. And will you ever consider having a YouTube channel?
Me,
Hmm? Like, would you like to be a YouTuber?
I would love to be a YouTuber.
What
I would also
sort of content would you make?
gaming. I would.
You would be a streamer?
I would be a streamer. I would be gaming. I would just be a YouTuber, like doing all these challenges like Mr. Beast.
Wait, that's not a streamer though. That's a separate type of YouTuber.
I would want. No, I can have loads of accounts.
Oh, you'll have different channels.
Yeah. So
Which one would be your main channel?
my main would be the gaming.
Okay.
Yeah.
And would it
But
just?
then I would also have a podcast channel.
I thought you didn't enjoy listening to.
I love podcasts,
Say that.
especially yours.
Well, I appreciate that. But is that true?
I like them.
Even
Yes, like if it's like about Mojang and all like if it's interviewing Mr. Beast, Mojang, all these famous
Wait,
people.
who's Mojang?
The person who created Minecraft,
What's his name?
Mojang,
How do you spell it?
Mojang.
Interesting. I didn't know that. Thanks for teaching us that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're saying if it's a topic or a guest about whom you're invested or that you care about, then you like watching those podcasts.
And also, I just like it like one of people who I know, like you.
Fair enough.
Right?
Yeah, that makes total sense. And in keeping with our theme of learning from somebody that's just two steps ahead of us instead of an expert, what would you say you are a not expert at? There can be multiple things.
Non-expert at.
But what is something that you're trying to teach yourself currently that you haven't figured out but have started taking steps towards?
So in Fortnite, I don't know how to build. I'm trying to like see all these buttons. I mean, like it's really hard. There's QZ, all those different buttons, and I don't know which one's the slow, the straight one. Yeah.
And other than gaming, what are some other things outside of gaming and you
Outside of gaming,
maybe sketching? Would that count?
yeah.
Have you been trying to?
I've been trying to sketching. I have drawing classes. I'm doing pretty well, but I can improve. I can still be better.
And talk us about where do you stand in terms of your coding experience?
Coding,
Would you say you're an expert?
I could say I'm an expert.
Really?
No offense.
No, none taken. But what makes you say that?
Because I mean, I know all the basic. I know all the levels. Today's my last class, by the way. Um, yeah. I mean, like honestly, I say I'm good at it because I know all these advanced codes. There, like other people, is if there's a Scratch one guy, he would not know what I'm doing because like I know how to make my own blocks. Honest, I don't know Python. I don't know all those big ones, but
They're largely the same.
I know the minimum.
That's fair. And for our listeners that aren't the most well versed with Scratch, do you mind sharing just a little short blurb of what type of coding that you do and how it all works?
Might not be short, just
That's
saying.
right. That's okay.
So Scratch is a block-based thing. You can have classes on Coding, or you can just sign in, learn by yourself.
It's free.
It's free.
Okay.
If you sign in and do it by yourself.
Oh.
Yeah. Scratch is a block-based thing, like as I said. It's like you just click it together, like all those Code Academy and all that. But I recommend Scratch because The software is just better. Like there's the backpack. You can go in other projects, and if there's like a code that you don't know and you want to put it in your project, you can just put it in the backpack
Edit it
and then put it in your own code.
and then modify it using somewhat
If you
somebody
can
else to do.
modify it. But if it's perfect,
Then you don't need to.
yes.
But what if you had a component that you could tack on top of that existing code? Then it would be awesome, right? To just say you build like a basic game with like, the clouds falling and such. And then I have, the next installment to that where now there's a person running around while that's happening. So then it would be easy to integrate those things, correct?
Yeah.
What would you like to be when you grow up?
I would like to be a electrical engineer.
So for our listeners, over the past week that I've had the pleasure of spending time with Ved, I have asked him this question a few times, and I would like to report that every single time he has said a different answer. Some of his past responses being, in no particular order, astronaut,
I don't wanna- A doctor, I can.
hold on, let me finish.
I would either be a doctor or a electrical engineer. Okay.
Those are pretty kind of like far apart unless you become a neurosurgeon, because in that case you'll be dealing with wires almost, because how will it
They're not the electrical wires. They're not electric.
I know, but I'm so
Sweet, I can't get shocked.
that's true. And also just in terms of abstract level, right, in terms of concepts, our nerves are kind of like wires. They transmit signals from our brain to the rest of our
If you get it wrong, it won't work.
and you will have a much bigger price to pay than a bulb that doesn't go on. Because you will have a lifeless body at your hands.
Oh.
How does that make you feel?
Really sad if that would happen. That's why I don't want to be a doctor. I don't want to mess anything up. And then,
But it's normal to mess things up. Everybody, even the best, mess things up. It's just about doing the best that you can do, isn't it?
yeah.
Other than those two,
But it's a life at cost. If you, like,
but think about it this way. If
8 billion people can die.
that's true, but think about it this way. If you weren't there, they definitely would have died. You were their shot at saving themselves. So it's not like they were, running a marathon in the middle of the road and you stole them away.
Oh, God.
So yeah, no, but you're good in terms of do you know how hard you have to work to become either an electrical engineer or a doctor?
Like 3 years or something.
Way more actually.
Okay.
But how does that make you feel? How does hard work make you feel? Do you like doing hard work?
As I said, school's great. I love learning.
But
Cool.
hard work isn't quite the same thing. They're related, there's overlaps, but some of it can be different. How do you feel about you having to focus consistently for, say, 2 or 3 hours?
I can do that.
But would you
Unless
enjoy?
there's unless it's a butterfly outside and I want to go catch it.
Well, that's the thing, right? There will always be butterflies outside, wouldn't there?
Yeah.
So what's your plan? You're also welcome to catch those butterflies. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Just so I make myself clear. But yeah,
There's a dog outside. I'll catch that for sure.
right. That's what I'm saying. But
But if there's no window, I can do it. Like if it's something like that I'm really enjoying or I really want to finish, like making a car. I will chase butterflies.
baking a car.
Making
Oh.
fuck, I was not baking cars. Sorry,
I
you.
presume.
I'm not exploding my house.
Yeah,
Tornado.
yeah. I just. I thought you were talking about a car-shaped cake, which
It
is
would be yummy.
what you were baking. I do
I'm
agree.
gonna have the engine.
Yeah. Well, the engine would be just cake. So like,
No.
and then I kind of also want to close the hatch on your thoughts in general on Harry Potter. I know for our listeners, Ved has you're 10 chapters into Prisoner of Azkaban. Is that right? Give or take?
8.5.
Sure. Okay. 8.5. Let's be precise here. But what are your impressions so far? What have you liked? What have you
It's
not
so
liked?
good. Hogwarts great. I mean, shout out to J.K. Rowling. I mean,
Yeah.
I just don't know how it's done.
How what's done?
Making these books, they're so interesting.
So you just
So, how do you make this?
it's just
How do you
imagine.
think of this?
You've thought of things also. It's just imagination, but then you also have to pen it down. Like you have to
Yeah, you have to write. You
convert
gotta
the
convert your actions. Now I need to watch the movie to see how Dumbledore, Miss McDonald,
McGonagall.
gone.
I don't know. I think you're reading the wrong Harry Potter way. There's no McDonald's.
There is in the Muggle world.
Sh- They're based out of the UK. At the time, UK, I don't think it had McDonald's. But fair point. So who's your favorite character? It can't be Harry Potter. You that we're not allowed to say Harry Potter.
I forgot all the names now.
I'm happy to sound you.
Apart from Harry Potter, I'll say Ron.
Okay.
Ron Weasley.
What do you like about him?
He's cool. He's just cool. He's straight up nice. He's like supportive. They even went to Homesmeade and they sorry if I'm spoiling this. They went to Hogsmeade. They got Harry candy. It's just Hermione and
Hermione.
Hermione. There's so many things I call Hermione. Hermione and Ron.
Hmm.
They're my favorites.
Do you have a friend like Ron in your life?
No, not yet.
Do you have a friend like Hermione in your life?
Not yet.
What is your favorite sport to play? Do you enjoy playing sports?
Yes.
Which is your favorite sport to play?
I'm gonna say so. First is soccer. I'm gonna tell my top three.
Okay.
First is soccer. Second is tennis, and third is probably basketball.
Okay. And which one are you the best at of all of them?
Soccer.
Why is that? How did that happen?
We play over here all the time. We were just playing, and then we got the idea of the podcast. So
Well, I had thought of the idea of the podcast.
it's fine.
Mm,
Okay.
it's fine.
I just made something up.
No,
for
I'll
Phoebe.
give you that. No, you're fine. If we hadn't been playing here, I probably wouldn't have sat us down to record this right now. Are there any other topics that you would like to talk about?
Honestly, you're the host, so you're supposed to be asking me questions.
Which I have been doing this whole time. But I'm also trying to open the floor and make sure that I let you or give you the chance to also ask questions or, well, not don't ask me questions. Actually, you know what? Yeah, why don't you ask me questions?
Um,
Look, what are some things that that you always wanted to ask me?
How are you so good at soccer?
So I'm really not. Just
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
it's so. I mean,
What fact about him?
your mic is there, but I don't know what you were.
I don't.
But yeah, it's just because I played it pretty much from your age. So when you're my age, you'll also be just as good as me. Any other questions?
Why do you live in Chicago? Why do you live here in California?
It's a great question. Um,
The
it's
city
because,
of gold.
which is that? California?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what you say.
Yeah, I mean, sure. But my work is in Chicago, so that's why I have to be in Chicago. These can also be questions just about generally the world. They don't have to be about me in specific.
Oh, okay. What do you enjoy doing most?
I enjoy having conversations like these with people such as yourself.
What is your most favorite YouTube channel that you love to watch? You literally all the time you watch it.
There's a few that I've watched.
Top three.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Um, I like so it's because they're kind of very close. There's commentator YouTubers called Danny Gonzalez and Drew Gooden.
Mhm.
I would, but they're kind of both commentaries, so that's my like one of my top three combined. Those are different creators.
Okay, one of my top three. Okay.
Yeah, so that's one of three. I like Ludwig, I think is great. And then
Yeah,
yeah, he's pretty funny.
he's pretty funny. Yeah.
And it's really difficult to be interesting for that amount of time. And we don't even watch his streams. We just watch his YouTube content,
Yeah.
which is already edited. So what we see he's been doing for way longer than we just saw.
Yeah.
And it's just difficult to be that interesting.
I've seen a 12-minute video of somebody completing the password game. If you don't know what it is, you should definitely play it. It's very fun.
It's called password game.
Huh? And he took a day, 3 days, and he showed that into 12 minutes.
Wow. Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. So he would be second, and then probably third. I like video essay channels. There's a lot like that. There's Cosmonaut Variety Hour, Captain Midnight, Nerd Writer. It's like an entire genre, which I would like to all compile within my first. How about you? I would like to ask you the same.
I was about to say that. Can I please?
Yeah,
Me?
especially Mr. Beast.
No.
What?
First is Cash TV. If you don't know him, he's a Minecraft gamer. Fortnite. He does all that stuff. He's great. Next we have is Cash Blocks. Actually, these are all my first genre. Cash Blocks, Cash TV, Cash Marco.
This is on my
Sorry. Cash, yeah.
Wait, what's? Don't you mean what's the game? Minesweeper? No.
Minecraft.
Sorry, please. Definitely is.
My God. Also Nico Blocks, Nico.
So yeah, all of that is one.
All the gaming.
Yeah. Okay, and then second.
I'm gonna tell 5. Okay.
No, you're only allowed 3.
Aw. Second might be Mr. Beast. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then first.
First it.
This is not in order. It's just your top 3.
Oh, my top 3. Oh, then first is Mr. Yuzabas. Yeah.
Really?
Yes, I love him.
What is it about his content that you like so?
He does tech, and I'm really into tech. Like, I have a lot of techie gadgets. I have my gaming setup, which is all tech. It's like, yeah, all that stuff. And I really love him. He's just cool.
What are some other gadgets that you have that you enjoy using?
You got me a remote control car, which I really enjoy.
How about the hover drone?
It's a hoverboard.
No. The drone that you can control. No, it doesn't matter who it was from. I'm saying you still own that gadget, right?
I do.
Yeah, so I'm referring to any gadgets that you own that you enjoy the most.
I don't like that. I mean, like touch sensors and all that stuff. Oh, I have my hoverboard, which I lost the charge of.
That's fine. We have you covered.
We ordered it. We
have you covered.
Yeah.
And if you could invent any gadget that could do anything, what would that gadget be? What would you invent?
This is a hard one.
You can
Honestly,
take your time.
I would just make a capsule somehow. Okay, somehow. This is just imaginary. Okay. This is like it's this little thing, and then like you just tell it, "Hey, give me a TV."
Okay. And
So you'd say,
Mhm.
"Hey, go away," and then
But what would go away?
the TV.
Oh, I see.
And if you want to duplicate stuff, you just have to press a button, and the TV will stay. And then, hey, give me a toy. I don't know what my sound was.
No, that makes total sense. How old are you, Ved?
I'm 8.
You're 8 years old.
Yep.
In the 8 years of your life, what is the most important thing that you learned?
Another hard one. Life isn't just about watching TV and doing all the fun stuff. You also have to balance it out. You have to study. You have to watch. You have to do something fun. You have to entertain yourself. You have to play. You have to balance everything out. You have to eat. You have to do all these things And not too much, not too little.
Mm.
You have to do them equally.
What happens if you don't balance things out?
I mean, nothing really happens, but you don't really get enough space for more things. Like, if I do too much of studying, like, honestly, that's actually the best you can do. But if you do, then you don't have enough time to have fun. And, like, studying for me is fun, of course, but, like, there's also some other things that I find fun, which is,
Which is?
like, watching TV, playing with you,
No.
playing with dad, playing with Fion, who's my younger brother. He's one.
For
Going out, getting boba.
yeah. Um, what is a message that you would like to leave yourself in the future when you watch this video, say about 10 years from now?
Hi, future man. Yeah.
That's it? No, but that's all. You can say more things
Um.
if you'd like. You don't have to, but
Let's.
okay.
We make good lemonade.
Future ways, what I will say is, I'm pretty sure you would have continued to crushing it like you are currently, and you would be, just doing so well in whatever that you would choose to do. I have just no doubt in my mind that you would continue to use that really sharp brain of yours to do really incredible things. But Ved, thank you so much for taking the time today to sit down and talk to us. I thoroughly enjoyed our conversation, and yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this maybe in a decade or so when you're a more professional, not expert at something. At which point we will talk about just that particular topic. Am I not a professional, not expert? No, you're right now an amateur, not expert. In that you're you're literally a kid, Beth. So I think that was implied. Yeah, that is implied. Do you want to close this off and say a bye to our listeners? Yeah. Bye, guys. You forgot to say bye. That brings us to the end of my conversation with Ved. If you would like to support me, the easiest way to do that is by subscribing on YouTube and leaving me up to a 5-star rating on Spotify or your favorite podcast apps. There are links in the description for more direct ways to support me. And something that goes a really long way is you personally telling all of your friends and near and dear ones about how you found such a great podcast, which blows your hair back every time you listen to an episode here. Catch you all in the next one. New episodes every Wednesday.